Yo, what's up, Vikings fans? This is Matthew Deary with your Vikings Week 7 recap. Of course, you can tell the mood is a little bit somber as the Vikings once again did fall in another game that we definitely could have won had some breaks gone our way. But I will go ahead and place the loss squarely on the shoulders of Brett Favre. He is definitely not playing like the quarterback he was last year. Not even um, statistically, but even just his mentality in this game definitely proved it. A game that was close in many regards and could have completely went the other way if had Brett Favre not thrown those three interceptions. So we look at our first interception. The score is 17-14. It's just the beginning of the third quarter. It's 3rd and 4. And then Brett Favre is under pressure and he throws a horrible pass. He tries to throw it into coverage, and he's trying to throw it, falling forward, and it leads to an interception that puts the Packers at the Minnesota Vikings 41-yard line, which then leads to a Greg Jennings touchdown. So boom, there you go. The score is now 21-17. So now we're losing. The next interception he throws, 2nd and 6. Of course, he's under pressure again, almost falling down after he does this little fake. And then that's when Randy Moss is open. He does the fake, and then he's getting tackled, and then he throws the football for some reason, trying to force it, and that leads to a Desmond Bishop run back touchdown. So there you go. There's 14 points right there. The Vikings only lost by 4. So had it not been for those mistakes, the Vikings would have won that football game. So for some reason, Brett Favre kind of thought that he was playing for one of those underdog Packer teams and not the juggernaut offensive Vikings. Even though we haven't looked like it in the past, you could kind of tell that some of our bigger weapons were firing on all cylinders, aka Adrian Peterson and Percy Harvin, who I might add, Adrian Peterson, wow, what an effort from him, 131 yards, a touchdown on the ground, and then he also had 2 receptions for 41 yards. And then we got Percy Harvin, absolutely dominated the game, just like he did at Lambeau last year. He had 3 rushes for 41 yards. That also led to a touchdown. And then he had 5 receptions for 65 yards. So for all those people who are kind of getting on Childers for not being creative, you're definitely not watching the same football game I am, because I saw a lot of creative plays to get the ball into the hands of our playmakers. I will go ahead and scorn Childress for not going for it in the first half when we got that bogus pass interference call on Randy Moss, where we got that 59-yard swing. It went from a 49-yard catch to a 10-yard pass interference penalty. I will definitely say that I didn't enjoy that play call after we just saw the ball go down the field and Randy Moss catch it. I definitely don't like that play, but Childress is, not to blame for a lot of these losses. And I would definitely go ahead and, just like against the Jets when Favre throws that interception that gets returned for a touchdown, this is the exact same thing, where if he's not forcing plays, the Vikings would still be in all of these contests. Even though the Jets game, he was throwing it on the last drive. Everybody, as I've told before, Percy Harvin was wide open the play before that, and Favre misses him. So another knock on Favre's accuracy is, he has not been throwing the ball as accurately as we've seen in the past. Of course, Shenko's touchdown that was called back. There's lots of debate over whether that was a touchdown. The refs just came back and said that that was a mistake and it was a touchdown. You were right, Jason Meyer. You definitely, you have to look at that play, and Shenko was wide open, and he had to dive for the football. Had he not have to dive for the football and just caught it in his breadbasket and walked right into the end zone, there would have been no controversy. I mean, granted, it is probably a tough throw for us laymen, but if you're supposed to be considered the greatest quarterback of all time, 501 touchdown passes, that should be an easy throw. The guy is wide open, down the middle, huge target, hit him in the chest. He makes Shenko dive for it. Play is called back. We get 3 points instead of 6. So, I mean, there you go. There's a huge, huge swing of points. That's almost 21 points. You add the field goals in and stuff like that. That's like a 21-point swing, all because Favre is making stupid mental mistakes. And so even though the Vikings fans, even though we are 2-4, all these games we definitely could have won. We're in all these games. So is it time to abandon ship? I don't think it's time to abandon ship, but I definitely think that it is time to. I'm pretty sure that the warning sign has already been hit. It is going off, and we are definitely on the ropes as far as the season goes. One good thing that has come out of this week is you have to look. The NFC sucks. The NFC is not very good. I mean, the best team in the NFC right now is the New York Giants, and they're up and down, up and down. So you really have to look at that as a positive. If the Vikings, the Vikings have 10 games left. If we come out of those games with 6-4, we still could have, we could have an 8-8 record. Maybe we do a little bit better than that. We could be 9-7. 9-7 teams make the playoffs. Maybe we turn it around a little bit and we end up 10-6. But as many of you may have heard, Paul Allen on KFan reported today that Tavares Jackson will most likely be the starter, as Favre's ankle injury is not going to allow him to play. So there goes his consecutive start streak. But you know what? For how bad we've seen Favre play and for how much he's hurt our offense in the past couple of weeks, why not give Tavares Jackson a chance? It really can't get any worse than Favre, can he? Throwing those interceptions. I mean, all we really need is somebody to complement the offense. All we need is somebody to run the offense, play mistake-free, play turnover-free football. Not to say that Tavares Jackson can really do that, but I mean, I think he'll be more mindful of that than gunslinger Brett Favre, who seems to forgot that he has Adrian Peterson in the backfield and two of the greatest wide receivers. Percy is definitely, up and coming, but Moss, one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. It's almost like Favre forgot that and started pressing things, and it's like, we don't need that. So, maybe the Vikings could turn it around if they keep having their playmakers, Percy and AP, play like that. Moss has been catching, touchdowns pretty well. He blocked good. So, we definitely have seen a lot of good things. And even though, the Packers, I think the biggest thing that dismayed me about the football game against the Packers is we got no sacks on Aaron Rodgers. Zero. We got pressure, and that's good, but we never really hit Aaron Rodgers. We never sacked him. Completely just unacceptable. I don't know what's wrong with our front seven. I don't know why we can't get sacks. And other than that, I think our secondary played pretty well against their high-powered passing offense. Chris Cook got burned a couple of times, but he's a rookie. So, I mean, that's definitely a little, makes me a little wary. But no sacks, guys. You need to step it up. If this football team's going to win games, we need pressure. So, all in all, I think that the Vikings are definitely in trouble. But, I don't know, look for them next week. We play the New England Patriots on the road. Hey, maybe we could notch a win and maybe turn our season around. Either way, check back next week for Week 8. See you later.